are trying their possible best to ensure that it is nothing but just a minor setback that wouldn't hamper their progress. The captain definitely will be wishing the team well, but I know that in situations like this, she will be feeling left out. But ultimately, the team would come first in this situation. First, a victory in Poland. Yes, the competition has not started, but Nigeria's Falconets have put a win behind their final push toward the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Mary Mahmoudou scored in the first half stoppage time, and that is what it took for the Super Falconets to come away with a victory. For the 5th minute plus 1, that was how she registered the goal, and the goal proved enough to settle a tight contest. Going into the second half, neither side could break each other. The 1-0 victory is an important match test for its side, trying to sharpen its structure before the pressure rises. The pressure definitely will be there. They'll be coming up against Spain. Spain has won the Under-20 World Cup at some point in their history, and looking at Nigeria 2 times in the finals, but unfortunately they are yet to actually win the Under-20 World Cup. Before they get into the knockout stage, after playing Spain, they are going to come up against the People's Republic of China before playing debutants New Caledonia. The Falconets opened their campaign on the 7th day of September against Spain, and looking at Spain will raise the level of the challenge. What we saw today won't be the same thing that we're going to see against Spain, but before that they have another friendly game that they're going to be playing, and that will be a game against they're going to be playing against Korea, South Korea, and it's going to be an entertaining one. Definitely Mahmoudou has shown that she is someone that can be counted upon. So the friendly forms part of Super Falconets final build-up game, as they are looking forward to seeing how it's going to turn about for them going into this particular tournament. A bit of obstacles here and there. I've told you about the visa hitches for the captain and 2 other players that were listed to make this trip, and they have been replaced. They've been replaced. So I believe that replacement that was announced is more of stating that these 3 players unfortunately cannot travel with us. So next match for Nigeria will be against South Korea, like I told you, on the first day of September before the World Cup will start in earnest for Nigeria. Against Spain, first up before they'll go on to play People's Republic of China and then go on to face New Caledonia. Spain is waiting in Group F. Winning while preparation time is quite useful, but now looking at the time running out, it's this particular time because the World Cup is a knockout encounter, is a knockout game. There is little room for error. Any error that is being made going into the World Cup proper would actually see you closer to returning back to your home. If you're just joining this, it remains Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM. My name is remains Noble the Sports Chef. We are live on Facebook. Yes, we're live on Facebook. Go onto Facebook. You get to watch me live. Unfortunately, man with Sabi could not be available for this particular encounter, as we are anticipating an encounter between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. The second game for Enzo Maresca in charge of Manchester City. Narrowly escaped after match day 1. Coming up against Crystal Palace, it's going to send a bit of a test. Definitely, the first one give out a test. Crystal Palace has built a record for themselves as a team that are ready to fight teams like Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester United, the top 6, the big 6 in the English Premier League, and beat them. Last season, they comfortably actually did a double over Liverpool, and looking at how things have come through, let's see Enzo Maresca starting up his campaign with Manchester City. He has been in the Premier League with Chelsea in the past. He won the championship at some point with Leicester City. Let's see what he can. Actually won the Club World Cup with Chelsea. Let's see what this season is going to provide for Enzo Maresca with Manchester City. Go onto Facebook, like, subscribe on YouTube as well. Echo FM, Echo 100.7, as well as comment and share as much as you can, so that others can actually get the update from the world of sports. recent times, we've actually been looking at what's going on in the NFF as well as looking at Nigerian footballing ecosystem, where the Super Eagles could not make it to the World Cup, could not actually lift the AFCON, and also looking at Super Falcons that has always done the country proud, always finding a way to get through, rising when the things are thickest, when the obstacles come through. But unfortunately, this time around, it didn't work out for the Super Falcons, and we've seen a whole lot in the past couple of months from a fact-finding committee being set up, and within 8 days, the fact-finding committee has already dropped, according to reports, because the NFF, the NSC, they didn't officially drop the results from the fact-finding committee. The chairman, Mr. Honorable Fani, stated that he quickly worked to ensure that there was no interference, and that is why he submitted. And after submitting it, Honorable Fani stepped down as the chairman of the fact-finding committee, and a lot of eyebrows were raised that first, the results, the reports that has been circulating, where did it come from? Because the NFF, the NSC, no one really, it wasn't posted as an official document. I'm going to adopt it as a working document that we do not know. So a lot has been going on, and we also saw the former NFF president resigning. He announced it yesterday, talking about Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau. He resigned and also stated that he has mandated his board members to also resign, his executive members, the executive committee to also resign with him, and they all have resigned. They've all stepped down, and currently the NFF is running under interim management, and the NFF has also gone on to state that those that are in charge of the top leagues in Nigeria, top club leagues in Nigeria, that they all should be, they've sacked all of them as it is now. As it is right now, the leagues, the NPFL, the NNL, they all are running under the COOs. They have instructed the chief operating officers to take control of the league for the meantime, and also they went on to actually state that they suspended the elections that will come up next. They've suspended the elections that will come up next month, and looking at the new league administration, the NFF reshuffled the league administrators. Right now, they've appointed Dr. Ayo Abdurrahman as the new chief operating officer of the Nigerian Premier Football League. This appointment takes immediate effect, according to reporter. It was announced earlier today as the NPFL season got underway. Shooting Stars beat newly promoted Interlagos at Ibadan 2-1. Abdurrahman, who holds a doctorate degree in sports administration, mainly will actually state that, okay, he's someone that can come into this particular terrain, in a familiar terrain, since he has a degree in sports administration. Definitely, this is the kind of individuals that we are looking forward to. Some people that know what it is, know how to run an administration, especially when it comes down to the sporting department, not bringing in any kind of individual to come through and actually handle the sporting sector. And let's see if this is we're going to see more from this particular change, this particular reshuffle that we've seen. For Abdurrahman, he has worked across various levels of Nigerian domestic league system. This gives him a broad understanding of the league operations, and also going into football administration and all that it has to do with the sporting sector, the footballing sector for Nigeria. So for the meantime, we also have an NFF interim General Secretary, Dr. Emmanuel Ipeme MON, explained that Abdurrahman's appointment followed a directive issued by the Federation yesterday, instructing all board members, chief executive officers of the various leagues, as well as the chief operating officers who are not members of the NFF staff, to vacate their positions. So with that particular movement, and also looking at how it's going to be a new look for the administration of the NFF, of the Nigerian footballing sector, we also saw the suspension, NFF, not the NSC right now, NFF, the Nigerian Football Federation, have suspended its elective congress, which is scheduled for the 27th day of September. It's going to happen in Nasarawa State. The federation begins a fresh electoral process. Those that a new body, an interim management, they are looking forward to setting up an elective process that would, in one way, see new individuals that will come through. Gusau was looking forward to another tenure, but ultimately he has stepped down. Let's see, we're all looking forward to seeing who is going to be the next NFF president. The federation said a new electoral process would commence after the completion of the proposed reforms, which will be carried out in consultation with World Football Governing Body FIFA and the CAF. Talking about Confederation of African Football. Remember that CAF definitely would, CAF and FIFA would be looking into what's going on in Nigeria. The president resigned yesterday, and looking at a couple of reshuffle, and ultimately they will be sending messages across to FIFA to tell them that no be government intervention, because FIFA frowns at third-party interventions when it comes down to football federations for any country. So right now, they definitely will be sending across messages to FIFA to ensure that FIFA are kept abreast with what's going on in the Nigerian footballing ecosystem. So according to the interim management, all processes initiated in preparation for the NFF elective congress scheduled for the 27th day of September have now been suspended. The fresh electoral process will commence following the completion of the anticipated comprehensive reforms to be undertaken in consultation with the World Football Governing Body, FIFA, as well as CAF. This is what the statement read. So the latest measure are part of what NFF described as an interim arrangement designed to ensure continuity in the administration of Nigerian football, while consultation are far-reaching reforms. Or consultation on far-reaching reforms are continued. So at the moment, the federation is expected to engage FIFA and CAF, the government as well, and other relevant stakeholders in developing a roadmap to a proposed reform before a new electoral timetable is established. Remember, by next month, Nigeria Super Eagles will be taking on Madagascar, the AFCON qualifiers. Hopefully this will be done. We're going to have a stable NFF that definitely hopefully this will not affect the invitation of players, and so this is what this interim management committee has been put together to ensure that there is continuity in administration. Eric Schell is looking forward to the Super Eagles encounter against Madagascar, their first AFCON qualifier. They are looking forward to making an appearance at the 2027 AFCON. Hopefully 2027 AFCON will be the Super Eagles AFCON. But let's see how it goes. First off, NFF going into the NPFL, the suspension of the 27th Electoral Congress, it is immediate. It starts with immediate effect, as it was previously announced in the electoral timetable. This is going to happen on the 27th day of September. But as it stands now, the NFF has suspended that. The interim management is working to ensure that there is things are put in place. Reforms are looking at the comprehensive reforms that will be put in place. And also, as of yesterday, the presidency also voiced out their concerns concerning what's going on in Nigerian football. If you're just joining, this is Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM. My name remains Norbert the Sports Chef, and looking at what the presidency has stated. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, talking about the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he ordered a comprehensive overhaul of Nigerian football, turning years of frustration over poor results and structural weaknesses into a direct demand for institutional change. The president confirmed that the reform will target governance, administration, stakeholder representation, development pathways, domestic competition and accountability across the Nigerian game. Say this particular overhaul, say they want to ensure, say everybody touch everywhere from the grassroots going to the head. You understand? If the neck is not good, the head will not stand. The directive goes beyond another coaching change, federation election, as it has been suspended, as well as a short-term response to the failed campaign. So Tinubu has cited the structural failure, said Nigerian football has continued to struggle despite enjoying enormous public support, investment with the poor inside, talent with Nigeria gets, and also looking at the national attention that has been put into football. The reform is extended to address repeated failures to qualify for major regional, continental, global tournaments while building stronger institutions capable of delivering sustained performance. The under-17 boys could not make it through from the WAFU B, so they couldn't make it to the under-17 AFCON and missed an opportunity to the under-17 World Cup. Same for the under-20. They made it to the finals of the WAFU B championship, but unfortunately, they were beaten by Burkina Faso, who picked up that ticket to go and play at the under-20 AFCON and fight for a chance to make it to the under-20 World Cup. The Super Falcons, they couldn't pick up an automatic ticket by that is making it to the semi-finals of the WAFCON. They couldn't make it to the semi-finals of the WAFCON and missed out on an automatic ticket. They came up against South Africa for an intercontinental, for an opportunity to make it into the intercontinental playoff. But South Africa, Bayana beat the Super Falcons 2-1, and that ended their hopes of making it to Brazil and also ended that particular record of Super Falcons making it to every Women's World Cup. They are amongst a few nations to make an appearance at the Women's World Cup. But unfortunately, that record has been shattered. So Tinubu directed the chairman of the National Sports Commission to work with the NFF Secretariat and relevant football stakeholders to maintain essential administration while developing the reform process. The exercise is designed as a broad consultation rather than a simple replacement of officials. So they've stated that CAF and FIFA, they are engaging them. The reform process would include engaging engaging FIFA and also CAF while Nigeria safeguards its obligation within the international football framework. Can happen in a line, let us change this, and ultimately we get banned from FIFA that will not even participate in the AFCON or even participate at the next World Cup that will be going down by 2030. Immediate issue is qualifying for the AFCON. We should also reset a roadmap because this is what the interim management has stated. They are looking forward to setting a roadmap. AFCON for now, and also looking forward to the 2030 World Cup. The structure, if the structure is not on ground, and this is something that Odegbami actually is talking about. For the former Super Eagles player, he has stated, yes, Gusau is gone, and we are looking forward to change in the system. But in a situation where we do not fix the structure, that we're going to be making a big mistake. Shegun Odegbami warned that Nigeria should not make a mistake, saying that an empty presidential seat it can be used to repair a failed football system. The former Nigerian international says changing the people running NFF will deliver little if deeper administrative, structural, and developmental problems surrounding the game remain untouched. He spoke about this after the resignation of Gusau, the General Secretary Mohamed Sanusi, and members of the NFF Executive Committee. Odegbami argued that Nigerian football problems cannot be solved by another simple change of personnel. They need to change the structure. They need to look at the administration. They need to look at the developmental problems. They need to look at deep concerns, and not setting up a fact-finding committee that took just 7-8 days to deliver a note, deliver an article that they presented. Though it has not, it is just yesterday, it has not been adopted as a working document. It has not been exclusively published by the NFF or the NSC that this is what we are adopting. This is what the fact-finding committee saw, and we are taking it up. So ultimately, Shegun Odegbami put up the argument that government as well demanding reform. The people of Nigeria, they demand the reform as well. They are looking forward to a better. We have the talent. But ultimately, why are we failing? From the youth sector going into the established sector, we have stars based in major clubs around Europe and beyond. But ultimately, we are struggling. We are struggling to actually find consistency. They had a job after Gusau is gone now, is making sure Nigerian football does not simply arrive back at the same crisis with different names. You can change the individuals, but at least look into the administrative lapses and find a solution for it. Quickly moving away from football and heading into the world of basketball. The opportunity to make it to the World Cup for Nigeria and the Tigers is quickly slipping away. They've come up against Cameroon yesterday. The Tigers lost to Cameroon. They lost to Cameroon, and also coming up against another side today, South Sudan. The Tigers of Nigeria, the senior male basketball team of Nigeria, they've made it consecutive defeats after losing to South Sudan. They suffered an asset back, losing 82-79 to South Sudan in a fiercely contested encounter because the Tigers, after losing to Cameroon, they wanted to bounce back with a victory. But unfortunately, with 3 points, now 3 points where them used beat Nigeria, South Sudan picked up a win. So going into this particular window, this should be window 4. Nigerian team, they got a 4-2 record, 4 victories and 2 defeats. So right now it is 4-4, 4 victories and 4 defeats. Nigerian team produced a determined performance, but unfortunately they couldn't put up a comeback. The result has left the Tigers hope. They've left the hopes of the Tigers of qualifying at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. It is hanging by a thread right now, with the team now under immense pressure to win the remaining fixtures. Looking at how Nigeria come through, their next game will be against Cape Verde, and they definitely know that they need to pour in all that they have. Remember that Okogie talked about concentration for the 40 minutes of gameplay, going to 50 minutes of gameplay, but ultimately the Tigers, they suffered back-to-back defeats. Yesterday they lost to Cameroon 78-62. Today they've lost to South Sudan 82-79. A whole lot needs to be done by Fisdale for Nigeria to qualify to the World Cup. If you just joined, remember that this is still Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM. My name remains Nobody the Sports, the Fox in the box. Going over to the world of athletics. Yesterday we saw Toby Amusan alongside other world star athletes, and ultimately going into that encounter, Toby Amusan was actually holding the world record for 100 meters hurdles, but I can tell you that Russell has broken that particular record. The United States hurdler Masai Russell broke Toby Amusan's world record in the women's 100 meters hurdles event. She produced a sensational performance, clocking 12.09 seconds to win the event and set a new world record. Toby Amusan, she finished second in that particular race. Before, the world was pursuing her record. They were pursuing her. But now, Toby Amusan, she needs to show the world that she can also set the world record again. She put out a season's best with her performance, 12.23 seconds. This is a season's best. The result brings an end to Amusan's reign as the women's 100 meters world record holder. She set a record of 12:12 back in 2022. So since 2022, going to about 4 years now, and no one has actually broken a record. But the American sensationally produced a remarkable performance to register 12.9 seconds to come away with the victory on the night, as well as etch her name in the record books. Toby Amusan finished seconds with 12.23 seconds, and then going into Vise of Netherlands, finishing with a record time, with a time of 12.34 seconds. The Nigerian is definitely will be looking forward to seeing how she can get back to her very best. Remember that at some point she was far from being perfect. Talking about the Commonwealth Games, she said that because of an injury, she couldn't actually perform optimally in that encounter, and unfortunately, she couldn't make a podium finish at the Commonwealth Games. And then going into the Diamond Classics, we can actually see that a lot needs to be done by Toby Amusan. This season has been ups and downs for Toby Amusan, and ultimately, Toby Express, all eyes are on her. Now she will be chasing that particular record that has been set by Russell. Can she actually break it again? Back to football, and still in the continent, former French international Patrick Vieira, we tell you, say Senegal. They have contracted him, but he has not yet signed a contract. Reports have it that he is in Senegal now, but he is yet to sign a contract with Senegal. Negotiations are ongoing. We've told you about a bit of the contract terms, where he'll have about 2 to 3 cars, have a house in Senegal. But ultimately, let's see if the camp of Patrick Vieira will be looking forward to negotiating for more leverage, probably from their own end. Remember that Patrick Vieira, born in Senegal, represented France, and now he's back to Senegal to actually give back to Senegal. Vieira is expected to take charge of the Teranga Lions. The several details remain unsolved. It remains unresolved, and this is why the deal has not yet been signed formally. So, looking at around 10 days after the 10 days going to 2 weeks since it was first reported, we are still looking forward to seeing him being announced as the head coach of the Teranga Lions of Senegal. Vieira is not expected to face lengthy waits because reports have it that how things are coming through, they are closer to actually finding. They are closer to actually getting the deal signed, as they are looking forward to the next international window. The next international window is September. So by September, reports have it that Patrick Vieira will be announced. Before the next international window, he will be announced as the new head coach of Senegal. Going over to cricket, Nigeria's under-19 women's cricket team, the junior female Yellow Greens, arrived in Tanzania as they are preparing for the World Cup qualifiers. They arrived earlier today as they are looking forward to participating at the ICC under-19 women's T20 World Cup African qualifier, which is scheduled to take place in Dar es Salaam starting from August the 30th. Talking about Sunday to September 5th. With Nigeria aiming to secure a return to the global tournament. Nigeria's contingent led by Sarah Bakita. She's the coach, as well as Theophilus Ibodime. These are the two coaches for Nigeria's contingent. They are receiving support from the high performance manager for Nigeria's Cricket Federation. As the junior female Yellow Greens, they will be looking forward to actually bringing out positive results. They were formally camped at Unilag's Cricket Oval in Lagos, and that is where they put up their final training session before they departed. And the team now will turn their attention to continental qualifying tournament in Tanzania, where they will battle for a place at next year's ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup to be hosted by Bangladesh and Nepal. So talking about Edo Queens right now. Edo Queens, we gave you a brief about how they performed over the past 2 games in the continental football as a representative for Nigerian football, as champions of Nigerian Women's Football Club competition. Nigerian Women's Football League champions Edo Queens secured their place in the semi-finals of the 2026 CAF Women's Champions League Wafu B qualifiers after they defeated Ivorian champions ASEC Mimosas 3-1 in their second Group B match yesterday. So goals came through from Oluwakemi Adegbuyi. She scored on the 23rd minute to give the Nigerian champions an early advantage. Looking at Duso Atsume, doubled the lead for Edo Queens, sending Edo Queens into the halftime break with a comfortable 2-0 advantage. And also looking at comeback, looked on the horizon for ASEC Mimosas, but Edo Queens maintained composure after ASEC Mimosas put pressure on Nigeria and got a goal back in the second half. But Odegbami Jako put the result beyond doubt in the 89th minute, find the back of the net to complete a 3-1 victory for Nigeria. So that victory makes it 2 wins out of 2 and guarantees Edo Queens a place in the semi-finals of the ongoing qualifiers, what will be Champions League qualifiers. The Nigerian champions, they actually beat AS Guard National 7-0 in the opening game, and then going into this game against ASEC Mimosas, they sit pretty at the top of Group B with 6 points and recorded 10 goals in just 2 games. Brilliant performance by Edo Queens. Now looking at how things have come through in the Europa League draws, Bournemouth are back in Europe. They'll be fighting and pursuing an opportunity for the European night. They wanted Europe. Now Europe has answered. For Bournemouth, will host the likes of AC Milan. That is a home game at AC Milan, and that's in Italy. And then they will actually be going on to play an away game in Spain against Real Sociedad. Then they're going to play Victoria Plazen, Sturm Graz, and Israeli side Hapoel Beersheva before they will travel to Sparta Praha. They'll play a game against Celta Vigo and also play a game against Leo Stroma. So for the club that is stepping into their level, stepping into this level of European competition, the draw offers mixed feelings, because it's a mixture of teams that on paper they look stronger than Bournemouth, but we know what Bournemouth can actually do. For those that follow the English Premier League, Bournemouth, they have a route that looks very, very demanding. For them to actually make it make it straight to the round of 16, they need to be a part of the top 8 teams. To make it straight direct qualification to the round of 16. And looking at how things have come through for Juventus will host Real Sociedad, another fixture that will be carrying immediate heavyweight appeal. And looking at a couple of all other top draws from the Europa League encounter. So we are anticipating mouth-watering fixtures as the Europa League draws have been made. If you're just joining, this is Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM with me, myself, and I, and over the sports chef, the Fox in the Box. I told you earlier today that Sporting Lagos lost their first NPFL encounter coming through from the second division of Nigerian Football League. They came up against a side that actually it has been a battle of the media team as Shooting Stars put out a post. Sporting Lagos responded, and ultimately on the pitch of play, Shooting Stars beat Sporting Lagos 2-1. The NPFL has started. Shooting Stars are at the top of the NPFL table for now. Now, when you look at the match that will come through today, the English Premier League Round 2 has started. Now, Manchester City will be up against Crystal Palace right there at the Selhurst Park, as we definitely will be looking forward to an entertaining encounter. Enzo Maresca will be looking forward to an encounter. A home Premier League debut awaits Crystal Palace boss Pierre Sarge. So Pierre Sarge, a new boss against a new boss, Enzo Maresca. Tonight would actually see who would come through. He would have handpicked a tougher opponent than this particular encounter. Remember that Crystal Palace, their first game didn't actually pan out the way they wanted it. They lost their first game to Everton, 2-0 to Everton. And then for Manchester City, came from behind to beat AFC Bournemouth. Let's see what happens in this particular game. 0911-20,022, 0911-20,022, or 0707-454-103 1014. These are the numbers to call to join in the conversation. We're live on Facebook. You can go onto Facebook, send in your reactions as well as like, reshare. Go on to Echo FM or Echo 100.7 FM, Facebook, YouTube. We are live at the very moment. Messages have been pouring in there, and I appreciate each and everyone that has been with me from the start of the program down to this very moment. You can also send in a WhatsApp reaction via the number 0707 491 3438. 0707 491 3438. Hello, good evening. Who's on the line?
Good evening. Nobody
My brother, please move away from where you are. You feel come off for where you did now. Your radio set.
Hello, yeah, radio. Hello.
Turn down the volume of your radio set.
We have done that.
Okay. You're welcome.
Nobody spotter.
I greet you specially. I greet you specially.
You people, you and the man where Sabi have refusing my call because I tell you I must find the road, Rabbi.
Nobody's refusing your call, oh. Nobody's refusing your call.
I've been doing that for a long while.
No.
Do you know who is speaking?
Who is talking now, please? Let me.
This is the GP of Barcelona, the grand patron of Barcelona.
In Africa. In Africa.
Now you are talking.
How can I refuse your? How can we just see your call and reject it? No, it's not possible.
Since I signed that Rodriguez, because I told you I must sign him. You people have not been picking my call.
No, now it's not possible. If you go onto Facebook now, you see how the console is. We just see a beeping light. We'll press a button, and anyone will hear their voice. We talk with the person. It's not a person.
Right.
Please,
Nobody spots us.
I just want to tell
you that anything I want, I must get it. As far as Barcelona is concerned. You know now, I am starting going for somebody you don't think of. I will still get it. But that is not by the way. But I don't want to talk anything about Nigerian sports.
Okay.
Because we know where our problem is coming from. If NFF started in the normal thing, we will be going well. All right?
Okay.
As far as our NFF and our government are not doing the right thing at the wrong time, that is why we are failing. So I've been listening to you all this while. And before I continue, where is the KNO?
You know, say Man City and Crystal Palace they play today. Probably you won't go, ensure that everything go day cooler.
Is that what you want to tell me?
That is what I want to tell you.
Okay. And since we signed all these people, you see how Barcelona is taking the whole thing.
2 wins out of 2.
No, I just told you that even Mourinho cannot do anything. He's just there for when he meets us, he meets the team.
No problem. So, but for Barcelona, 2 wins out of 2. For Real Madrid, 2 wins out of 2. The title race is on.
All right. So what I want to say is this. So,
hello? See. Mr. Hanacho, can you... please, Mr. Hanacho, do have to call back. I'm finding it very difficult to hear you. Hello, good evening.
Nobu, the sport chef.
I greet you specially. Welcome, man. One out for you.
Also, how you doing? How you doing?
I do all right. How your side?
I'm cool. Yeah, now John from Control.
John, how Control be now?
Yeah. Nah, weather don't say no much.
Any traffic at Control?
Nah, nothing. No, everywhere don't say no much.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. You're welcome.
You know, sir, we always be the Blues, not the Blues. You are no football.
Okay.
I want to know, Colin Jackson, he don't go Aston Villa.
Yes, he has completed his move from Chelsea to Aston Villa.
Now, how much, sir? I remember the time when they buy that guy, Paul. I don't know. Now the council are very expensive. Chelsea, they do business. So I like as they make their business.
Football is all about business. If you take it as business, definitely.
Don't be smart. I remember the time when they buy that guy. Very not their cost now. But now they don't say that almost, I don't know how much, but he reached 50 something, or 8%. Yeah, it's well. Yeah, I Enzo never go.
No. You see, they with Chelsea.
Nah, what is going on now? Make them release this guy go now. I don't understand. As long as I think now open my say one go abi.
There's no report that Enzo has stated that he wants to leave Chelsea, but there are inside talks that Enzo wants to join Manchester City.
Nah, make them leave that. As long as now open him mouth say one go, make them leave him go. Okay. Is it because of the money? I didn't wait to go so that we go.
Okay, thank you, John. Thank you very much. Going on to Facebook, comments they like water. Now this is coming through. First off, SO Precious. So this is the Ebon Noble the Sports Chef. You are doing good, man. I appreciate Precious. Thank you very much. Going over to another one, Uzoma Anna Yochuku Progress. Good evening. Watching you live from Omogoma. Massive respect to you, Anna Yochuku. I'm enjoying your program. Make it up. Honestly, Arsenal wants to buy everything from the markets. Now for them, if you get money, you go buy what you feel buy now. For Onyekachi Emmanuel is saying awesome. Then looking at an update from Chinonso Uche. Good evening to our good presenter in the studio. My name is Chinonso Uche Carlo from Ikenemo. I like your program. Keep it up. Have a nice day too. To you, Chinonso Uche. Engineer Okechukwu Samuel Ochiaka. Madukego watching from Mangrove. Kudos to you too, engineer. And then my very own Ozo testing from Enugu State. Ozo Namani, massive respect to you. Massive respect. Also Francis Omaga Namani watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Good evening from here and keep up the good work. Get the calls coming through 0911 20,022. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, my brother, good evening.
Good evening, you're welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, my brother. How is work today?
We thank God. Now just rain we for, but we are there all right.
I'm on the rain 2 months now, not be smart now. So my name is Gwonwe Joku from Nekede.
Gwanye Joku, one name okay. Ekelemgi.
Gwonwe Joku.
Okay, Gwonwe Joku. Ekelemgi, you're welcome.
Yes.
No.
Yes, from Nekede, eh?
You're welcome.
Okay, I want to confirm something from you guys, please.
Okay.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
You will never walk alone.
Yes, my brother, yes. I heard that this Bakola has come to Liverpool.
Well, there are reports that they've agreed a deal in principle for Bakola.
Yeah.
Yes. So if things go according to plan, Bakola will definitely be doing his medicals before next week.
All right. But there's no other correct news concerning Liverpool.
So far, as it's breaking through, we'll be giving it to you right here on Echo Sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Do enjoy the rest of
care,
your evening. Yes. Aston Villa have completed the signing of Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea, bringing in the striker to replace Oli Watkins for £65 million. Chelsea Sabi has the do business. Valencia have made official approach to sign Harvey Elliott from Liverpool. Elliott has 3 proposals, but Valencia on it to beat competitions that are coming through for Elliott Anderson. Aston Villa have reached an agreement in principle to sign Ibrahim Mbaye from Paris Saint-Germain. Now for Galatasaray are now confident they may have won the race to sign Rafael Leao from AC Milan. And then Brentford have announced the acquisition of Malik Diouf. They've gotten Malik Diouf on an initial 5-year contract. So Brentford they've announced the signing of West Ham fullback Malik Diouf as Malik Diouf is back to the English Premier League. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Nobo.
I greet you, my brother. You're welcome. Welcome for you, my brother.
Hey, nice summer United from Kwale, all the way from Delta.
My brother, you are welcome. How is Delta? How's the people of Kwale?
We're just fine.
You're welcome. I hope so, they see the rain where we see for here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No, be like say you man sabi, don't go fight for any office position.
No, we don't. If you watch out, if you become NFL president, regardless, I will go see if you
are in that position today. You know they will win today.
You're welcome, my brother.
You always have me enter the position with the day you're back. And you know, I got nice looking as well.
Boom, 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 boom. You're welcome, my brother.
Kudos our under 20 girls. You just say they know what they do. But about the Tigers.
The Tigers.
The Tigers, yes. Why did they lose like this now?
My brother, if you ask me, what I go ask.
You don't see now. I think they tell us now all the whole players now from away. Only one whole base now in there among them. So this one they do now, not better say they carry home base plenty join them instead of to carry from that side come. So maybe I know what they do. We don't want this kind of story. Maybe I try qualify because now they reform. They reform all the sports stations.
For the meantime, we start from football.
Which we might have it for me now. You guys they do well. God bless you guys.
God bless you too. God bless you too. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. This going over to the WhatsApp platform. This is coming through. Hi. Good evening, guys. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. My name is Onyechi, testing from Onaze. Good evening, Onyechi. And also going over to our very own personal person, Felix Nwozuzu. Wagan for you. Good evening. Kachi, the man who is here, Nobody Sports Chef. Kachi Sports, you know, the around for today. As usual, my name still remains Felix Nwozu, still testing from my humble community, humble and peaceful community here in Mberi. I'm just happy that finally the NFL president have resigned. At least we can breathe some fresh air at the football glass house. Up Gunners for life, the pride of London. Thanks and do enjoy your weekend ahead. So also looking at Leganes. Leganes have reached verbal agreement to sign former Chelsea striker Alvaro Morata. The Spanish second division side are said to sign the striker on loan from Como. And looking at how things have come through, David Datro Fofana is very close. He's been announced to have joined Servette. Now, Real Sociedad have announced the signing of Chelsea centre-back Mamadou Sarr on a season-long loan. Ipswich Town, they are thrilled to confirm the acquisition of Argentine international Ezequiel Palacios as they are looking forward to having a World Cup winner joining from Bayer Leverkusen. Ipswich Town, they don't want to go down again. They just one day for the Premier League. Chelsea have agreed a £7.5 million deal to sign Emi Martinez from Aston Villa. So Chelsea, they have a new goalkeeper right now. Nottingham Forest, they've submitted an offer to sign Damian Munoz from Crystal Palace as they are looking forward to acquiring their 30-year-old right wing back. This is where I'll be drawing the curtains closer for this evening's edition of Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM. I appreciate everyone that sent in their messages on Facebook as well as on WhatsApp as well as calling in. Massive appreciation to you all as well as looking forward to tomorrow's program. By 4 p.m. I will be here with Man with Sabi. We will bring to you matches that will be going on. Looking at this particular night, it's going to be Crystal Palace up against Manchester City. Buenas noches from me, myself, and I, Noble Chigo's Dream, Noble the Sports Chef.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7. Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Sweet music only on your favorite radio dial. Echo FM 100.7. Sweet music only on your favorite radio dial. Echo FM 100.7.
The one and only DJ with the flow. DJ J-Boy. DJ J-Boy.